Lydiate, and I did think to myself, that's a bit of a tall order, but there we are. Right. That one says Scott Ogden. Adam Beard, born the 7th of the 1st, 1996, correct? Did you know that is 30 years, after England won the World Cup in '66? Did you ever heard they won the World Cup in '66?
I have heard, yes.
Yes, it has been mentioned once or twice, isn't it?
Wrong game.
Apparently, you stand at 6'8" tall, is that right?
That's correct, yeah.
That's about 4 foot bigger than me. Towards South Africa were Wales under 18s in 2013.
About that, yeah.
15, I know all about you. 15 caps for the under 20s between 2015 and 16, and a key member of the Grand Slam team, the under 20s Grand Slam team. I think he deserves a clap for that. Not a lot of life in here tonight, is there? I see more life in a tramp's vest. Right.
And you should know.
A feat that you also repeated with the seniors. Grand Slam. Another clap for another Grand Slam. Sorry I missed that. He's a Tawner boy.
Birchgrove boy, man. I lived in Tawner for a bit, but that's about it.
It's all you ever made with the black book, man.
I'm the Robins.
I
Robin.
tell you what, you'll be in my little black book for next week now. Right, I do know that your previous clubs were Birchgrove, Aberavon, and then the Ospreys. And since that, you've gone on to gain quite a few Welsh caps. I couldn't find out how many when I looked. How many is it?
29 at the minute.
29. Give him a clap for 29 Welsh caps. Which is 29 more than any of you lot out here have got, so there we are. But I also learnt that you are not the only person in your household to have Welsh caps.
That's correct.
Isn't your fiancée a Welsh netball international, Chelsea?
She is.
There we are, so we've got 2 internationals. Must be a lot of trophies in that house. A lot of trophies in your house, Daniel? I bet there are. I'm going to ask what for, though. Right. Lions debut against the Sharks. And then the 3rd test you played alongside Alan Wynne.
Yeah, so I came off the bench.
You came off the bench.
I replaced Alan.
You replaced Alan Wynne. Something that you're looking for towards doing in the future? Replacing Alan Wynne? No.
He'll probably finish after me, man.
Good answer.
That's a really good answer, isn't it? Right, well, it's lovely to have you here. We do ask a few questions. What's your earliest rugby memory, Adam?
Probably starting for Birchgrove, under 6, going over the field, because I used to live across from Birchgrove RC. And just going over the field, playing with my brother and all my mates, and starting from there, really.
It's a very nice memory, but I also happen to know that at one time you and I were looking at starting the juniors in Birchgrove when I was working here, but I do know that I left and you carried on. And fair play to you, there is a thriving junior section there now, isn't there? I think he deserves a clap for his work with that. Junior rugby is the lifeblood of the game. Is that right?
That's correct, of course.
You and Carl Woodward?
Woody, yeah.
Woody, yeah. Yeah, no, I know that to be true, that you did a lot of work with it, so well done you. What's your most memorable achievement to date?
Oh, it's got to be the Lions now, Nick, because I suppose growing up everyone dreams to represent the Lions and only a select few get there, so I was lucky enough to be called up, obviously to the tour, and then to get a big test cap was something special as well.
Yeah. And it was successful tour, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's obviously to be called up last, I suppose, kind of just taken the first game and let it be at that, but I wanted to push for a test spot while I was out there, and I was lucky enough to achieve that.
Yeah, indeed. I seem to remember that there was a new baby in the house. You got out to changing a lot of nappies at the time, so.
Yeah, so it was funny. Obviously, got called up and I had 2 little ones. So, but I think when I had the phone call, the missus was crying, obviously with enjoyment, and she was just proud as hell of me getting called up. And I think she was realising she had to look after 2 little ones over 6 weeks.
We all can make sacrifices, don't we? Right. Now we are off. I always ask this game because this question. Next one after. Who do you most admire in the game?
Oh, it's a tough question. You got to look at the man this year, I suppose, Alan Wynne. He's obviously a great leader and a great role model, and he's no better guy to learn off and play alongside. So yeah, I'd say Alan Wynne.
Thank you very much. I did really think that's what you might have said. Right, and I always ask this question because I'm quite intrigued by it. Who's the worst person in the squad to room with?
There's a few boys in that category, but I'll go with Nicky Smith because his
because he snores.
His snoring's absolutely terrible. It's tough to sleep with him.
Well, we've heard Nicky Smith and snoring mentioned before, haven't we? I think it was Roger Jones that said Nicky Smith is the worst person to room with. Well, thank you very much. I think, have we got something to give this chap? Or?
Yes.
I've got a couple of things to give you. There we are then. Dan Nurse will carry him for you. Right, okay. Right. Are you going to present this then? Well, exactly what I was thinking.
December 2020. Sorry, December 2020, Player of the Month. And Player of the Season for 2020 to 2021.
Right, let's have a decent clap for that now. Best of luck now. We can't buy them, did you know that? They made under license for us in the grog shop. We can't just walk in and get them. So there we are. Well, thank you for coming over. It's nice to see you. There we are, and we're all delighted that you came to see us. And we're very delighted that you made it to the Lions. And we're delighted, without any question, that you are in fact an Osprey. And why, before we go, let's have one big cheer for the Ospreys that were out there tonight. Thank you.
Can we welcome to the stage Dan Lydiate?
By New Year, isn't
Right? Let's switch it on.
Hello, yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, I'm good, thank you.
Alright, good stuff. Are you keeping?
Yeah, not bad.
You cold out there tonight?
No, it's a bit chilly, wasn't it? But, yeah, good win for the boys.
Not bad at all, was it? Irish at home? Who cares, innit? Beat them all. Yeah. So, we've seen some tweets over the past few months. Part of a little rehab club. You're doing some little moves. How things are going and how long before we see your guns back on the pitch?
Yeah, things are going good. Obviously, the boys in there make a massive difference. Obviously we want to have them on the pitch, but the likes of Derry Lake and Big George, it makes it a lot easier to go into work. And being in injured crew is always tough. You just want to be out there for like games like this tonight. So no, we're getting there. I did some skills with the boys on Friday. Been up in my running each week. So. We're sort of pushing towards the end of January to be back on the field, hopefully.
Fantastic news. You going to have a new member soon? When's he joining, or just personal interest?
What, have returned to play?
No, somebody injured who's got an operation yesterday is going to be joining the rehab club soon, is he?
Yeah, Big Al, yeah, he'll be there. He's dipped in, but he's obviously had his op last week, so he'll be a welcome addition, but we'd rather see him out of there.
Definitely. So the last time we saw you briefly seen you in the clubhouse in the Knoll after Cheetah's game. You weren't very happy. You were seething, to be honest, weren't you?
we got cheated in that one.
Yeah. Well, yeah, nothing new, is it? Nothing new. Irish rifle, you see. But obviously, shortly after, we all went into lockdown. And during lockdown, you took up something? TikToks?
Yeah, I did a few TikToks. Obviously, got the young kids and thought my daughter was getting into it, but I ended up taking centre stage, and she's quite embarrassed. So me and my wife become those embarrassing parents. But I deleted a few of them because I look back now and cringe. But there we go. Things to do in lockdown, you know.
Yeah. So you had some moves, to be fair, for a big lad.
Oh, I'll chuck him about, see.
Yeah, I know. So, any chance of maybe following a former Osprey into some sequence Strictly Dancing?
If they pay enough, yeah. Cash is king, baby.
Oh, yeah. We pay. Happily, see you in a bit of spandex and it's like, from sequence, no problem at all. So, recently on Twitter, not we all follow you, but saw some tweets in regards to the climate conference.
Yeah.
And you posted a few tweets about the misconception. Sorry, we're going to go deep now, lads, all right, tonight, so I'll speak slowly. Of farming on climate change. Any ambitions to get involved publicly and help the educated, the ill-informed?
I just try and do my little bit. Obviously, two passions of mine in life are rugby and farming, and it's there's obviously a lot of social propaganda out there that paint a bad picture of farming, but it's not always the case. It's like any walk of life. There's always people that abuse the system, and there's people that try and help the system. And especially in Wales, we try and help the system. It's just obviously making those facts aware to people.
We've got to try and help the system because you've got a government that obviously works against the system for Welsh farmers, don't they?
Oh, you said that,
I know, yeah. Well, true, it's true. Lads, can we have some quiet at the back, please? Thank you. It worked. Need to shout more often. So I was going to talk to you about being Farmer Dan and the obsession with tractors.
Yeah, I don't know if it's an obsession, but yeah, got a couple of tractors on the farm, and I'm lucky enough to be sponsored by Massey Ferguson as well, so it's really good.
So not bad.
Yeah, it keeps me really happy, to be fair, and it's a partnership that works quite well for me anyway.
So we saw you doing the pictures out in the Darcy. Was that just on the mowing the lawns? Was you just there for the fact of it? You looking longingly at the little tractor?
Yeah, it was just a bit of banter really. Lewis, the groundsman, who does all the pictures for us, is unbelievable. So yeah, just a bit of banter with him.
And also noticed in the summer, any chance you can have some of your beef? Obviously the ones from the cows.
Yeah, for the right price.
Cash is king.
Yeah, so I'm just building up a herd of pedigree Welsh blacks on my parents' farm, and I started selling some beef last year, and it's a bit of a pilot scheme. So yeah, we'll have some more this summer come in. So it's a sort of slow process. We don't force feed and stuff like that. So it's all grass-fed, organic. So yeah, we'll definitely have some more boxes going out this summer.
Well, keep an eye out on Twitter and Instagram because they'll be on there. We've got a little something for you as well. It's a little something. Yeah. Nobody else is rushing up.
Okay, come on.
I'll do everything tonight, shall I? That's right. Go on, Mike.
Come on, Mike. Try not to fall over.
Play the season 2019 to 2020. Well done, Dan.